was happily thinking I was retired. I mean, that's why I left Fleetwood Mac originally, was because I just simply, after 30, 35 years or whatever it is, of doing that, I just thought there's got to be something else out there, something else. I wanted to move to England. I was actually obsessed to move to England. And I'd already told the band this was definitely going to be my last tour, the dance tour. And there was a lot of general kind of people trying to bend my arm to stay, but I was compelled to come back here, back to England. And nothing would stop me. And I just thought, well, I think I could quite happily be a country lady and just look after dogs. And it's funny how things happen, because I suppose it's because of what I'd done all my life, is that suddenly the desire to write songs kind of trickled back into my life again. Not that I really would want to tour or go on the road again or anything, but I think once you've been writing all your life, it's part of it. It's what you do. It's like if you're a sculptress or, I don't know, a banker or whatever it is. You go on doing it, don't you? What else do you do?
Long ago, before the moon was young, and before the first love song had ever been sung, we both knew beyond a shadow of doubt what loving somebody.
Writing music, that's how I find my self-expression. Other people do other things. They find other means of expressing themselves. And I suppose there must have been something bottling up inside me for me to even want to write again. Because you think, what on earth? There's nothing. There was a time when I was completely dry of ideas. And I'm sure all writers go through that. And then suddenly the desire to write something comes back, and you just have to give in to that.
When the sun goes down, ooh, and you're not around, I'm sailing on a prayer.
This man is my nephew, Dan Perfect.
Tell me the whole thing isn't a dream. I have opened my eyes and truly seen the color of your eyes, the feel of your lips on mine. Well, it took me 1,000 years to discover love is fine. 'Cause you are everything to me. The touch of your hand is like a blind man that now can.
I was excited by the idea, but nervous too, and very flattered that Chris thought I might be up to producing anything of musical value, to be honest.
He was the only one I knew.
There you go. By default, I got the job. But in fact, it was a lovely song of Chris's, execrably produced on a kind of tiny little cassette, and I took it as an opportunity to use some of the bedroom songwriting and production skills that I had, to play around with it a bit, and it was a good way to start, to have something so lacking in pressure that actually we ended up making something that sounded terrific.
The feel of your lips on mine. It took me 1,000 years to discover love is fine.
Dan is one of these guitar players that loathes guitar solos, and so do I. Any hint of do-do-do-do-do, and I'm out the door. I just don't like guitar solos. And so we had a similar approach in that way, that we like part playing, but not sort of improvisation so much. It's less freeform, if you like, bit more structured kind of feeling. And I think we both sort of like the similar things musically.
When you slow down? Won't you give me some time? I'll wait endlessly. There's no reason or rhyme for the joy and pain you bring me. I guess it's not a crime. Well, if it is, then you're guilty. But somehow we will be fine. 'Cause you are everything to me. The touch of your hand is like
I thought the project, in a sense, had its own impetus, had a momentum that carried it through over the finish line. And as Chris said, we did leave some tracks off. But I had no sense at any point that we'd got to the stage where we were bored or tired. We were tired and exhausted by the time you get to mixing, but the songs are long written by then. So I didn't feel we had to make up a number to get to an album.
I don't think, and it is often the case, even on the old Fleetwood Mac record, the song that you think is possibly a bit of padding. You know what I mean? A song that you like less, that you're going, well, it's got to go on because it's got to, you know, that decision's been made, and you may be less fond of it than others that you've written. That hasn't happened on this. And if it had happened, we wouldn't have put the song on. We'd just gone ahead and written another. But it's a nice feeling not to have what you may consider to be padding, in my view.
Others may disagree.
Others may, of course, disagree. I've enjoyed doing this way with my nephew, and I it's been, to me, a really, and as I said earlier, a fun experience, and I think that's got to be what it's about.
talk to me and let me know